Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share a repair I recently did on a commission piece that got damaged during shipment. This video is a little longer than usual, but I thought it was important to share this repair with you in case you may have to do repairs on pieces that you create in the future. And you can use this as a reference in those repairs. I recently set up a Buy Me a Coffee page, and if you find value in the content that I create, be sure to check out that link in the description below. And also be sure to get on our mailing list for updates on artworks in our store and discount codes. That link is in the description below as well. With that, let's get started. Sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Hey everyone, today we are going to do a repair on a piece that was sent back to me that did get damaged in shipping. So I had the client go ahead and send the piece back to me, and it looks like it started with this piece, and I saw that there's a slight crack in this piece, and then there's a crack in this piece. So I asked the client to go ahead and just send it back to me. I'm gonna try and repair these three. If I can't repair it, then I'm just gonna remake the whole thing. But I wanted to try and do a repair first, because the rest of these all look good. But I wanna try and attempt to repair all this first. So I've already scored this area and this area. And then what you want to do is, prior to trying to knock the pieces out, you want to attempt to score just to kind of aid in the breaking of the piece. So hopefully this will help and allow me to break these pieces out somewhat easily. So hopefully they'll just come right out, and I don't end up cracking other pieces. I just want to get them started, because then I can come back and hopefully take my grazing pliers and start pulling some of this out. So this is sometimes nicer when you have the smaller 1/8 inch, or I should say 1/4 inch grazing pliers, because you can get into the smaller areas with it, and then your standard 1/2 inch grazing pliers. So now I'll just start to, just kind of bust the pieces up. And, I'm doing it over a trash can, so it's a little bit easier. I'm just trying to get it started. So I can pull it, and then as I start to do this, I got my soldering iron heating up right now. So I'm hoping I can do this and save the edging. Yeah, so it's coming out, which is nice. Then you can able to take your soldering iron and just melt down the solder and just kind of replace everything. Try my little Groven pliers, see if I can get in there and get some of this out of there. Definitely want to be wearing gloves for this. Don't want to not left-handed, but okay, I can get the rest of that out with the taking out the solder. So far so good. So the last piece is here, and if I can get some pieces of that knocked out. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave the rest up to soldering iron and try and get that set. So let me put this way. Hopefully I can get it to stay put. Actually, I'm going to move it over to the table, and we are going to do it on the table. It'll be a little bit safer. ahead and you want to flex this good around the edges where you're going to be taking it out. This is how I do it. I just want that solder to flow easily. I'm sure you could probably do it without the flex, but just kind of the same practice that when you're soldering a piece together, you want it to flow. So I want it to take it apart, so I want the solder to flow again too. So then as you take this apart, you get that solder down. Hopefully it'll gotta burn through all that patina and all that. So you get all that. Try to get a bunch of this solder off. This is a messy job, so just understand it's going to be very messy. So this is the main joint here. So it's going to be interesting how this will come out. And I'm going to have to get as much solder off of here as I can. To make sure that nothing in the channel is going to obstruct the glass from going in. So okay, as of right now, with this, I've got everything to where I can, this little corner I got to do a little bit more on, but then I'll be ready to go ahead and cut pieces and foil. But first you got to clean up these edges really good, and then cut the pieces, foil them, pull these edges back again, and then I'll come back and we'll be ready to solder everything back together. All right, now I have gotten the other pieces cut, cleaned the existing pieces that were left on, refoiled them, then foiled the pieces that I had cut, and now I got everything fitted. Now, due to the fact that I've got this edging on here and there's solder beads already on here, if I didn't have this in here, you'll kind of see how low it sits. So you don't want to, you want to make sure you're trying to bring it up level with the rest of the pieces. So I'm kind of just using a flat paint scraper. It's smaller that I can actually kind of lift and get it to sit in better. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of use some leverage and bring it up so that way it kind of sits a little bit more flush. So I'll do that just before I tack. So now we're gonna go ahead and try and tack it together, and then we'll get everything fitted back into place to where we can do some good solder beads and try and get everything meshed back together pretty well. So it will be ideal to ensure that you try and get it matched up as close as possible with your patina again. That'll be a little bit harder to do, but we can do it. So let's go ahead and get started with the tack weld first. Alrighty. We'll try and go over here in this corner. I didn't quite get enough over on this corner, I don't think. I want to get these tips pretty good. Don't like the idea that it's over that, so. Okay. What I don't want it to do is I don't want it to I kind of know where I need to be now. I had to put some leverage down here so I can push it. So now I've got to try and get this piece underneath. Let me try and get a couple spot welds on this one as well. Spot welds, ha, listen to me. Tacking. Feel like I'm welding something together. And now I need to get this leaf over here. Okay, so I will have a little bit of a gap there, but I can take that up, so I'm not too worried about that. So now I want to try and fit this in. Okay, so I got a little bit of a issue right here. I've got to get that solder out of there. There was some leftover solder and foil that was in there. Now I should be able to, ooh, it's a little bit warm. Probably need to widen it out. Sorry guys. Okay, yeah. So I can solder that joint together. So I better get my gloves on because it's going to be hot. Get my heat resistant gloves on. And I want to make sure I get plenty of flux in that area. And I'm actually going to turn it around. There's a lip over here I can press this against. And I just want to make sure you guys can see it. Okay, I got this lip right here. I'm gonna press this side against. But you know what? I better take the towel out from under. I think I'm pretty safe in taking that out now, so. Yeah, I don't like the idea of that gap over there, but I've got a little filler I can put in there so I don't have to use so much solder. And just to be a little bit bigger joint there, but I think it'll be okay. I don't know if it moved just from just a little bit off on my pattern, I guess. Okay, at least that's together somewhat there. And then I can put a little bit more here. Kind of strengthen this a little bit.
I'm trying to get it filled up in there so then that way I can come back later. Let's do is it'll fill that in and then
Okay, so now we're at the point to where we got this gap here. So what I use is I actually use some copper wire and kind of fill that joint with it. Actually gotta try and stick it up in there. So that I can get it down into there. So that kind of bridges that gap a little bit. And your solder will form up around it and you'll be okay. So when I flip this over, the other side's gonna have a bunch of blobs, big blobs on it where the solder went through. And that's okay, because I'll just utilize it to make the bead on that side, and then I'll come back to this side and finish this side out, because this is the finished side on this side. So now granted, a lot of people say, you know, go ahead and tin all your pieces before you put them back in here. Yeah, should have done that, but they'll be hidden well enough that I'm not going to be able to tell. So this is what I'm talking about, the big blobs. So I'll just utilize those to finish this piece out, and then we'll be okay. You see, this side did not want to go down all the way. So I'll go ahead and get all these blobs gone first. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool down a little bit before I go back to the other side. And then we'll be able to clean it all up, re-patina this area again, and try and get it as close as we can to the existing patina, and then clean the whole thing again and wax it back down, and then we'll see how it looks. All right, I've let it dry, or I should say I let it cool down. So now we're gonna go ahead and come back and do the finishing solder on this area here. Come back through and get that flux around in that area so we can ensure that we get a nice good finish here. I want to make sure it kind of blends back up with the corner ones that are existing.
Stop it. Almost there. Run my hand through for Sharpies.
right, now we'll flip it right back over. Double check everything back here, make sure all good. I did go ahead and add the ring back on. I think for the most part, everything appears to be okay. So now let it cool, wash it up, we'll patina it. All right, we have cleaned the piece really good, got all the flux residue off and so forth on both sides. And everything's kind of put back together, looks pretty good. Now the next step is I've used this method on another piece before that had the patina on it and everything, and I tried to concentrate just on, you know, this the new solder line and tried to match it up, and it just really didn't work. So what I've done is I've actually used a copper like Brillo pad, and I will actually go through and go back through and kind of rough up and pull the patina off of the other piece, other part of the piece, to really allow the patina to set back on the piece again, and you'll get a better uniformity that doesn't look like a patchwork. So that's what I do. If you have another method that you use to, when you do repairs, and to get the patina to match up pretty good so it doesn't have a look like a mismatch, leave something down in the comment section, because I'd love to try it. But this is the way that has worked for me when I'm doing repairs like this. So I'll just go through and just rough up everything, try and pull the patina off to try and get it to a silver look again, and just go back through and patina it again. Now, one thing that did happen on that last one piece that I did was the patina actually came out a darker black, which was kind of great. So when I discovered that, I actually use this now before I even patina an original piece where it hasn't been patinaed before. I'll wash it, get everything clean, and then I'll actually come back over and I will rough up the solder lines pretty good with this, and it really allows that patina to get in there and make that chemical reaction, and really comes out really nice and pretty dark. So just another tip that you could possibly use in doing your work and making your pieces. All right, I got everything using that copper Brillo pad. I got everything stripped off. Looks pretty good, and cleaned it all off, and now we're ready to go ahead and patina. Got some gloves on, gonna use some Novacon black patina. All right, so I'll go back over and rinse it back off again. And then the only thing we got left to do is come back and make sure it's all dried real well, and come back, put a coat of wax over the patina on both sides and buff it off. If you find the information valuable or just enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. Appreciate you guys joining me on this repair, and with that, I'll come back and show you the finished product, and I will see you on the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for my latest tips, tricks, and techniques.